Hey guys, welcome back to the Time Sweeps podcast. I'm Connor.
I'm Gary.
And I'm Wyatt, and this week we're talking about Thor, Love, and Thunder.
And we're back.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, I'm here to tell you about a space Viking named Thor.
God, that was...
Gather around. I'm going to tell you the story
Ha-
of a
Turns out
space.
the only positive.
How did we feel
Space
about this
Viking.
movie?
I was actually surprised at a lot of things, more than
Yeah.
I thought I would be.
Yeah, me too.
There was a lot more turnarounds than I thought there would be for, what I'm used to, even from Thor Ragnarok. It's very different.
Hell, imagine watching the first Thor movie and then watching that.
Yeah, thinking about where Thor started in these movies and then going to here.
I'm just like,
Well, a lot of people. I saw TikToks and shit. A lot of people hate this fucking movie.
why?
A lot of people are criticizing it under the guise of that Marvel Phase 4 doesn't have a goal, and it's like, it does. It's just that this one doesn't fit into the goal either.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Spider-Man are the things that fit into the goal that they're wanting to achieve. Loki fits into the goal that they're wanting to achieve.
Yeah.
They're wanting to get into the whole bigger concept of multiverses.
I mean, Ant-Man didn't fit into the goal initially, right?
Not exactly.
Neither did,
it was just a good little fun side piece,
Right.
yeah, like
like the secretary at work.
but yeah, like there are
Cheryl.
there are going to be movies that don't fit in.
But they're saying that most of these movies don't really work together. That's the biggest complaint that I've seen.
Yeah.
And I've seen obvious complaints about this movie, and they're saying they're using Korg to indoctrinate the youth into being gay. And it's like, well, his species doesn't exist, and he's made of rocks, and it also talks about holding your hands over lava and making a child
and
from your hands.
he has
so
a
it's like,
and he met his husband. His name is Dwayne. He's
Yeah,
made of
Dwayne.
rocks. He's made of rocks.
He had a mustache.
which is funny because later I went to a restaurant and they had a picture of Dwayne Johnson, but it was Spock. Dwayne the Spock Johnson.
Oh yeah.
What if Dwayne is voiced by Nick Offerman?
I'd pay extra money.
Because he has that mustache, the Ron Swanson mustache.
It'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
Hello, my name is Dwayne.
Because I also like the idea of that.
Hello, my
being
name
like-
is Dwayne.
Wait, Sam Elliott. How do you feel about that?
Too old.
Too old?
Too old.
Not young enough for Korg's
Yeah.
liking.
Hello, this is Dwayne. We held hands over pool lava.
I like it though. Is the thing. That's the problem.
I really did like how they utilized the fact that Mjolnir is broken.
I did like that
I
they found a way to actually work with that.
Yeah.
Well, I like the what's his name from the Team Thor skits were in it.
Oh yeah, what's his nuts?
What
What is his name?
is his name?
Like Thor's
Roommate.
intern.
his roommate, yeah. Derek, no.
Is that his name?
Denzel, no.
It starts with a D, doesn't it?
David.
Eric, no.
Eric? Are you sure it's not Derek?
It might be. I don't know. But he's in it. That's like the first actual.
Yeah, something that he's in
Evidence
that's
we've
not
seen
just
him.
some 5 minutes of random
I
crap.
also I mean, Natalie Portman came back and
I'm surprised.
she did a good
She
job.
only came back because of Ragnarok.
Yeah, because Ragnarok made money. And a lot of people have been saying that, and Kevin Feige even came out and said, "Oh, I always thought that she might come back one day." It's like, uh-huh. So she left. And they had to make a plot out of it. Or a plot point out of it.
Yeah.
Man.
There was a lot going on there that felt, the romance aspect of it felt weird to me. Because it's like, it's
I
Jane
feel like
Foster,
they were trying
so
to
I get it,
combine
but
the first two Thor movies and then with Ragnarok. They're trying to have an equal amount of funny and trying to be serious. You know.
And it does feel a little mismatched, but for some reason kind of works. It's like a casserole. Some things don't quite make sense, but in the end, you're left with a pleasant forkful.
Yeah.
Forkful.
And
Forkful.
I was honestly surprised by
What I'll name my firstborn
Gorr.
son.
Like Gorr as a villain.
Yeah, I ended up liking it much more than I really thought I was.
I was like, I really enjoyed that. Like he actually had motivations that made sense.
I mean, a lot of the villains.
mean,
have
yeah,
had
but,
motivations
like,
that make sense.
You see it. You see it in the beginning. Like it's not just explained. You see his pain.
Right. I almost found it odd that, like, in my head, I don't remember, like, I remember Marvel movies just starting with the crawl, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the fanfare and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
then it gets into whatever sob backstory.
Yeah.
That's how I normally remember it. So I kind of enjoyed that that's how it started.
Yeah. With
Because
the
it went from
villain
trailers to that.
Yeah.
and
Well,
everyone
Captain
in the
America
trailer.
didn't. The first Avenger.
Didn't have a fanfare?
I mean, he was getting his ass kicked by that guy in the alley. Well, that was the earliest
Well,
part
no,
of the movie, I remember.
it starts out with
The movie starts out with them in
getting the Tesseract.
Norway. With the Red Skull getting the Tesseract in Norway.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the battleground from the beginning of Thor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thor.
Yeah.
Well, because Thor had, like, the very obvious, like, hey, we're going to go kill all these ice giants. Let's go.
Right.
And then go.
Well, that was later. This was when Odin was doing, let's kill all those ice giants on Midgard. I'm just saying. I haven't seen any ice giants since then. Putting it out there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or frost giants, excuse me.
Well, an Iron Man, like,
The
you see
action
the
in
bomb
this
get
one
blown
was
up,
great.
and then you get sent back to
Yeah.
before then. Which I've always wanted one of those drink things that he has
Drink things.
in Iron Man 1, where he opens it up and there's all the glasses and they come
Oh,
up
like it's
shaking.
all, yeah.
Yeah. Something like that, like, looks like it
Just-
should belong in, like, Jurassic Park, though.
Yeah. The Guns and
I can agree with
the
that.
Guns
But
and
instead
Roses
of drinks,
scene.
it's
the
dinosaur
the
stuff.
Guns and Roses scene. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Which one?
the
beginning?
one with the Guardians and like the glass thing.
And the bird people. They really reminded me of some, like, Jim Henson stuff from, like, Labyrinth.
Yeah.
The way their faces
Sometimes you
work.
just gotta look into the eyes of the people you love.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I simultaneously, like, loved everything that was happening, but it made me, like, cringe in my seat. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it this way: like, Thor has been chilling with them for a while, but everyone else he, like, knows is dead.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has
Literally,
he has Korg,
he has Korg and Meek.
and the
Meek's
Guardians are kind of like, hey man,
alive. And Valkyrie.
and Valkyrie. She was on
They-
Earth.
She
at
has
that
a new
time.
name.
They just kept calling her Val.
Yeah, but like she
King
has like a new
Valkyrie.
name. Like Kamala Khan calls her something different.
What are we talking about?
Valkyrie. Like there's like this spray paint thing of her, and they call her something different. I don't remember.
They call her Brunhilde
No,
because that's her name in the comics. I'm fully serious.
No, it was
Valkyrie
like
is
a
just
hero
like a
name.
type.
I know a Valkyrie. Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like, her alias or her actual name, her birth name.
She's King
Brunhilde.
Valkyrie.
Well, yeah, but like he's talking about, like in the first episode of Miss Marvel, they call Valkyrie something.
Yeah. Which
And
I
I
thought
don't
that was
remember
just a
what it
new hero alias.
Which, I mean, it makes sense
Um,
because at that point she's probably become like a world figure. Actually, we see that in
Yeah, she's a world
in
figure
Love and
now.
Thunder.
Yeah.
That like she's now the leader of what's technically a small sovereign state.
and like they're getting their gold city back.
I-
Imagine in like a couple years, there's like just a whole gold city Asgard just on Earth, because
Just-
that's what it looks like they're headed. Because like,
I-
but they're like giving like tours and stuff there now as well.
Yeah,
like,
and then there's also Infinity Ice Cream.
yeah,
That feels weird. I saw someone online comparing that to like if you open an ice cream shop in Hiroshima.
And
And
call
it was
call it Fat Man
yeah,
ice cream.
Nuclear Blast Cafe. It's wrong. It's something about it just feels really weird.
Yeah,
But
and
when you
it's
put it in the context of this fictional universe, it's like, hey, that's kind of funny. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that the thing that like wiped out half of the all existent or all people? It's like,
Yeah.
well, and then
ice cream.
it's a kind of a cool like how they were like, okay, so we need to make it possible for Jane to be able to like wield this hammer, so they brought in like the promise me you'll always protect me, protect her.
Yeah, I
And
was
the-
trying
like-
to figure that out how they do that.
Because
It was just a good little plot point.
Because in the comics, Thor became unworthy, and then something's up with Odin, and he's just like, oh, it goes to Jane now.
well, like I think like in the first movie, it makes sense that she would also kind of be worthy a little bit because she made Thor worthy.
Right. It like It'd be weird to say that in some sliver of sense that she isn't, because it's like she's this close to helping Thor become worthy once again by showing him the lesson he needs to learn.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think of all the weapon drama? Like with Stormbreaker.
I don't know. I liked it more than I should. I mean, there's a lot of people that are like.
I thought it was funny. Yeah.
I saw people online complaining about that too, and they're like, "It's a hammer. Why does it have feelings?" It's a magic hammer. The thing shoots rainbows.
Well, to me, I feel like it's just Thor, like not having like that multiple personality disorder, but he's just instead of him having multiple personalities, he's just giving it to his weapons.
He deflects emotions and just puts them onto his things.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
I mean, it makes sense. It's obvious that he was isolating himself. Besides Korg,
right?
Meek was just kind of doing his own thing.
Meek's like working with.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
Val.
Speaking of like governments, how do we feel about Zeus?
I don't know.
Well, he's alive, as we know.
Yeah. Like spoiler, there's some drama there. Like they have to get Zeus's thunderbolt to help fight Gorr. An attempt.
Well, they were trying to get other gods to help.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were like,
and
notice very quickly how that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Again, never mind. We'll get back to it later. Okay.
They also mentioned Ra in one part, which was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. Or the god of carpentry.
Yeah. They kind of. I don't remember them saying a name. They were just like, it's the god of carpentry
and the god of dumplings.
I don't
God.
know.
That was so dumb to me.
I hated that. Like that specific.
Was funny. What are you talking
because
about?
It feels like a Lego movie.
Yeah,
joke.
that
was a Lego movie joke.
Like, I thought they were just referencing the short, the Pixar short.
I don't think so. Not directly, at least.
But
because to me, it just felt like, okay, we get it. There's gods for everything, but something about
you have Bao and then a giant
spoon.
gold dragon.
Yeah.
And you focus on the dumpling more.
It's like,
who cares about the dumpling? There's a golden dragon like 20 feet above me.
And I know the way that Marvel is in the comics is like that would happen and I wouldn't even bat an eye. So it's like on one hand it's like it's a little hypocritical, but at the same time I don't like it. There's a difference when you see it next to a real looking dude.
I just want to know what Bao was going to do during the orgy.
Sit there.
And that guy with that who looked like Fizzgig from
Oh, like that little...
The guy who looked like Fizzgig from the
Critters
Dark Crystal.
Thing? Yeah.
I don't want to know what he's going to do.
I just wanted him to open his mouth and go, ah! Like,
what accent was Zeus trying to pull off? Like, was Russell Crowe Greek?
Somewhere in the Mediterranean. It was semi-Greek. It sounded a little Italian. It was a weird mix of all of them. A little Sicilian.
And also, we're going to get Hercules.
Mostly
apparently.
Greek. Yeah, that was our mid-credit scene was our tease of Hercules. He's coming. He's got his mace. He looks comic accurate.
Like he has the golden mace from the comics.
Looks too damn comic accurate.
I mean, it's kind of weird going.
His
so
chin isn't quite as square, but that's because he's a real person.
Yeah, I'm a massive fan of Ted Lasso, which is this guy's been in other things, but like this is what
that's
it's
the
known
biggest
for.
thing I've saw his name with associated on Wikipedia.
Well, and he plays Roy Kent in that, and Roy Kent's a dick, and like that's just how he is. Like he's nice to everyone but his niece. And his girlfriend that he gets, but like seeing him that jacked, I'm like, bro, you're a soccer player. Chill. Like, why do you have the Dorito?
Because
torso? Man,
Hercules.
I know. Like, it's just like it's weird to see him. That's why, like, I saw his face and I was like, what? All right then. Like, I was just really confused and like had too many. I love him. Like he's a great in Ted Lasso. Like a great actor, and he got an Emmy from the show.
Really?
Like he best supporting male actor. Yeah.
Because we're all over the place with this.
This we don't really have any pace for this one. We didn't even give you a warning for spoilers or anything.
Yeah.
This movie. It's probably because at this point, screw you. Because now it's exactly when this comes out, it's exactly 7 days after the movie has came out. So at one hand, if it hasn't been spoiled for you online, I'm sorry. This is where you first got it. On the other hand, I'm surprised you got it from us first. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking our news in before somewhere else, like IGN or even Reddit. Just random Reddit post, for God's sake.
Or TikTok.
As long as it's not coming from 4chan, you're good.
But yeah, so they get their the Thunderbolt thing.
And Russell Crowe was supposed to be Satan at one point, which I think is hilarious.
I went with my cousin to the theaters, and he was like, Russell Crowe's in this movie? I was like, who did he play? I was like, Zeus, dog. Like, he was like, what? I didn't even recognize him.
But it looks like Russell Crowe.
I'm like, it's the forehead for me.
It's his eyes. I can't look at him and not be like, yep, that's definitely Russell Crowe.
And his Zeusettes, that's what they're listed as in the credits.
Which makes...
Yeah.
My brother leaned over in the theater and he was like, it should have been Arnold.
Oh, my gosh.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, that would have been almost perfect.
I mean, yeah, but...
Like, he would be a Zeus. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean,
where were the other
Chris Pratt
Greek
would have been
gods?
an in for him. But it's also Schwarzenegger.
right.
He's an in for himself.
He's Arnold. Like, the man is Arnold.
Yeah.
He's royalty almost at this point.
Yeah.
I think that would have been funny as Zeus because that was like, you know,
Yeah.
he's already huge.
Yeah.
And he's old still, but he's still huge.
Yeah, but I think the Zeus they were going for was like more of like the chunky,
like he's the
chunky, like kind of
I mean,
forgotten about.
I don't think it was supposed to be forgotten about as much as a arrogance. Like the dude that used to be like a gym teacher, and they're always just like, yeah, I used to be able to run 50 miles in the morning. I used to be able to do this. I ate 12 dozen eggs until I got large. And then now they're just like fat and they've got a bum knee and they're talking like, oh yeah, my broken Chevy, I had to walk
In my
12
glory
feet,
days.
my gout gave in, and I got this scratch on my forehead and all this other crap. It's
Now
like,
my boo-boo itch.
now I itch and I'm gonna go sit in my office. You're gonna watch this
And
videotape, and
eat
if
a
you're not
few
jumper roping by
Doughboys.
the end of it, I'm gonna beat you. I hate gym teachers. Anyway, that's the vibe I got from Zeus. You're walking slower than my grandpa, Zirkle. Well, your grandpa's 6 feet under, so.
Okay, calm down.
Yeah, no, I'm not done. Gym teachers, man.
All right.
Anyway,
So-
Zeus, Herculad.
I'm kind of like sad that like Thor didn't like use Mjolnir in that like final fight, and you brought the Thunderbolt with him instead.
I was thinking,
And
like,
once it like, no need to explain that Thunderbolt could just teleport you across the galaxy. He was just like,
I
he
mean,
was there.
it's yeah.
I mean, it is Zeus's weapon, and it's probably one
I
of the
would
most
assume
powerful
that,
things in
yeah,
the universe.
Every
but like,
god has
still.
their way of doing things.
So
But why was Bifrost the key?
That's what I don't get. They just needed a reason to do this, this, and this. That's all I understood from that.
yeah.
Oh, Heimdall's kid. Oh, so the kids were taken. The kids were taken by Gorr to
Yeah.
just try to get
The
closer to
Asgardian
Thor.
children and yeah.
And Heimdall's kid
All
was
like
part
20
of
of
them.
them.
I want like that kid to like stay with the universe and become jacked and like.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat to see him like become
Oh
more.
yeah, and we saw Sif again.
Yeah.
with one less arm.
Yeah.
Also, the daughter though. I don't know if y'all knew this, but I kind of like picked up on it, in the theaters, and then it was later confirmed.
The girl with the rabbit.
No, the daughter of Gorr that is actually Chris Hemsworth's daughter.
Oh, that's Chris Hemsworth's daughter.
Mhm.
I thought she was like, younger than that.
Well, it's been like years. But no, like I was like, I wonder if that's
If
Chris
that's
Hemsworth's
someone's kid.
I'm wondering if that's Chris Hemsworth, and then I looked it up afterward. It is. So I'm like, ayo.
Because I was thinking that I haven't looked it up. The girl with the stuffed rabbit, if that was Taika's daughter.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because they used all their kids in the movie,
Oh,
Mhm.
and Taika was joking. It's free
that
labor.
scene was like I would have loved that as a kid.
Right.
That would have been dope.
Imagine going on set and pretending to beat up monsters with a
Random-
Marvel superhero.
Random crap, and like you have Thor there.
Yeah.
Like how many? There's some random kid there that had to like get in makeup, and he's like, "This kind of sucks." And then it's like, dude, I'm in a Marvel movie.
They would, if I were to, like, they would have had to like maybe I don't know, like, cause like when I was their age, I was already like.
They'd have had to digitally alter your eye.
Yeah, when I was the kid, like that's like I don't think I ever could have been a child actor, because I was like a foot taller than everyone. Like,
Or at least it would have had to been like a specific. You know what I mean?
yeah,
'Cause
you're.
it still
They
would've
would have been
done.
like, hey, you remember that ginger dude with
you're
the
the
axe
you're the
in
orc
Thor 1
kid.
and 2? You're that guy's kid. And I've been like, okay.
You're an orc kid. You're taller than everyone else. Have
Oh
fun.
yeah, they could have just gave me tusks.
Like that's the beauty of like all some of those kids just being aliens. Like
Right.
if we're talking that scene specifically, it's like, here you go, you're orange now.
But how did he imbue them with
Oh,
the
those
powers
poor
of
kids.
Thor if he was using Zeus's thunderbolt?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to think about it.
I think
too
it's
much.
just something that channels his connection
Power.
to the light, to thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Because
But I like how when they were in the Coliseum thing, and he's like, "Man, you're gonna love this guy based off a ton of the stuff I do off of him," like like talking about Zeus. I'm like, ooh.
what was I gonna say? It had something to do with the powers of Mjolnir.
Oh, and then Korg gets
the Odin Force. That's what's able to like imbue a specific thing with the specific powers for a given
Gotcha.
time. That's why Odin's the one that's able to be like, hey, if Thor ain't worthy, he can shut up and not lift the hammer. He has to go work on himself and do stuff like a child. And technically, he inherited the Odin Force, and that's why Hela was able to get to Earth. And
Yeah. Okay.
But Korg got wrecked there too in the Coliseum.
yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and I thought they were actually gonna kill him.
I thought they killed
got-
him.
he
I was
got
like,
hit-
no way, this is
He
how
got
dies.
his shit rocked.
Literally,
It turns out the only thing I need is my face.
which it makes more sense than it should.
Dude, his club thing, that's also like a gun. I love that thing.
It's one of my favorite things. It's like, I don't know, I want one.
The goats,
Oh my god, the goats throughout the whole movie.
dude.
They also scream a lot.
Yeah, I didn't expect that much
Ellie and
screaming
I
walking
were
into the movie.
cracking the hell up.
Like, and it's like literally the meme scream, goat scream. Like it's not
Yeah.
like something special. Like it's literally the meme.
Just imagine if it was just the sound of a grown man screaming. Not like a
Well,
goat
like,
scream.
whenever-
Just,
Whenever they crashed into that like moon thing, like we lost our shit. It was so good.
dude, imagine hearing that. You're in your hall, your city that's supposed to be impenetrable. You've never really had a problem. You have orgies every 3 weeks. And next thing you know, you hear screaming coming from the sky. And in through the biggest window possible, you see 2 goats on a Viking longboat coming through riding rainbows. You're going to crap your pants.
I really like that. Like how like the goats were pulling the boat on the Rainbow Bridge. Like I thought that was really cool looking.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Thor has a 2-headed goat. That's like what he
Right.
pulls his chariot and stuff. So I was,
What if
Kinda
one?
glad
Oh
they
my
found a
god!
way
In
for
the
it to work.
future of the MCU, what if one of the goats dies and he just throws the head of the one that died on the other
he
one?
just screw it, putting the head on this one.
Yeah, he's just like, I can't lose him. And then he's like, okay, now I have 2 of you. And I know it's going to be annoying to share a body, but it's okay.
And then boom. 2-hit goat.
I feel like that's something I could totally hear Chris Hemsworth saying.
Yeah.
Because at this point, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought like
Oh, man got jacked, though.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth. Oh yeah.
I think this is the most jacked we've ever seen him in
Yeah.
any
He looks
film.
bigger than he did in Ragnarok. Like, Ragnarok, he looks like, beefy Thor.
Yeah,
this,
but
though,
This he's
Thor
all
looks like he's
new
just gonna
giant man.
grab your throat.
Yeah. Like
Like,
he
no effort.
got huge.
It reminds me of, like, that meme of the dude walking into a Popeyes, and he's just, like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about? That was this Thor.
I like the look of Rocker Thor too.
Ravager
Like,
Thor?
Ravager Thor. Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Oh yeah. Well, like just like he looked like he would be in a hairband. Like that.
He was made to look like, what's his nuts from the comics? Thunderstrike.
Mm.
Which I found it kind of funny that the hammer, without the bits on it, kind of looks like Thunderstrike's mallet.
I like when he plants the hammer and it literally gets roots.
Yeah.
Like in the first,
It's
that's like in the
it's-
first fight. of the
It's
movie.
alive.
Yeah,
It's like, it's still a Groot.
I have a feeling
technically.
like because I don't think that they're gonna keep that handle on it forever. Like it has to get a real handle at some point.
I don't know. I think they're just going to work with it.
But like, like, what if Groot dies again and they're just like, "Hey, can we borrow your handle?" He's like,
And then Groot gets lightning powers.
"Oh."
Groot's imbued with
It's
the
like
power of lightning.
Ned being a. I want Ned to be a wizard. Okay.
I want him to be Hobgoblin.
What if he's a magical hobgoblin?
I mean, it fits.
Yeah.
Well, and then what's her name is gonna be a wizard. America Chavez.
Oh, yeah, because she's learning how to use her powers and whatnot. That's what you get when you're interdimensional.
I feel like that's what they should do every time they just want to make a character like useful.
Oh, give him magic?
Go to Doctor Strange's Magical Wizard School. Like,
I understand magical is teachable to anyone.
what if that's where
Magical is
Rhodey's at and
teachable
he's
to
trying to get his
everyone.
legs back? So we're gonna have a magic war machine.
I don't know, man. This is going to get weird real fast because we're also getting Professor X.
What if Professor X goes to Doctor Strange's
What
wizard
happens if
school?
he gets magic powers because he's already super, mind powers.
I mean, but like he doesn't have any physical attacks.
right?
It's all mental.
Because
Are we getting Professor X? Are we?
I'm pretty sure we are.
We?
Yeah.
Who's gonna play him and how they're gonna do that? It's gonna.
I don't
be a
know.
different question.
Giancarlo said that they talked to him at one point, and he said he turned it down. So
Who's that guy? The newer one.
Giancarlo, the one
Yeah.
I just mentioned.
Yeah.
He's like Grand Moff Gideon,
Oh. What if they just get the guy from the
Gustavo Finn from Breaking Bad,
Oh.
the old guy, kidnapped Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm. What if they just get the the younger kid?
Guys from the other
Yeah.
movies. I mean, I'm up for it.
But
I'd
like,
watch it.
Because I love that guy's
but, like,
Magneto.
Here's the thing: their backstories are really tied to like
Just start him
World
over.
War II.
Well, Magneto's is.
Yeah,
Magneto's.
Magneto.
Professor X's can kind of just.
Yeah, but like Magneto's
Professor X's
backstory-
is literally that he came from a rich family.
Yeah, Magneto's is tied to the fact that he was Jewish in the
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Well, but like Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart can't be running around with these
Oh, yeah.
cats, so
Yeah.
they got to get someone else.
Like
you know?
what I'm thinking
And
is
even
that
then, they still don't look old enough to be,
But like, but
what if
think
they
about
make
it, like-
what if they make it in like the Japanese? Well, no, that's still
It's-
World War II.
but think about
Yep.
it. Think about it.
the internment camps.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to change it for at least the MCU because
They're
you're not
either-
gonna have 90-year-old men running around.
Yeah, they're either going to use time travel, interdimensional differences, or something else.
Like think about it. World War II is way further away than it was
in the 90s.
in the
yeah.
90s.
Because they've also showed Wanda's father.
Right.
So I think it'd be interesting if they have a Magneto from a different universe, and then
He's like,
Professor X is from this universe. Because it almost divides more rift between them while they can still grow to know each other. He's like, hey, I never met anybody like you. And he's like, oh, I knew someone like you. He would get in my way every single time.
He wore a helmet.
that one
he
could've-
wore a hat.
And that Magneto could also have, been through all the horrible stuff. Could also have had a daughter and a son,
Imagine-
the Maximovs, and
hear
he
me
would
out.
recognize him as such. Yeah.
Hear me out. J.K. Simmons as Magneto. Buff old what?
I mean, it would
J-
be-
J.K. Simmons is already.
I know he's already JJJ, but like,
It'd be
imagine
really funny.
he just shows up and he's
Because
like
Magneto's ripped.
He's just ripped, and he has a big beard, bald head. He's just like, think, Charles.
I'm gonna rip the iron out of Spider-Man's blood.
Think, Charles. God, that's like something that's like ruthless in the X2 movie, X-Men 2 movie. Is like when Mystique puts all the iron in the guy's blood,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "You have too much iron in your blood," and then he just pulls it out of him.
Yep.
I'm like, oh.
I think it's almost I like it sounds just as painful as when he's just like, "Oh Logan, you have metal on your bones."
Yeah.
It's like, my bones
Could you
being
imagine
stripped
Magneto-
of their layers.
Imagine Magneto just being so mad he just tears the skeleton out, and then you
What's
have to
Magneto's
watch Wolverine
what's
regenerate
Magneto's
from the skeleton.
real name?
Eric.
Maximoff.
Eric.
Eric.
I mean, that's what it was in the movies. Eric Selvig.
No, Eric Selvig was a
I thought.
researcher.
Maximoff. No, I think his first name is still Eric.
It's not Maximoff though.
I thought in the comics it's still Maximoff
No, it's not.
because they're all related.
It is Eric, but you're right on the Selvig part.
Hold on.
Eisenhart. This says Max Eisenhart. Alias Eric. Oh, Linsher. Linsher.
Yeah, Eric
Magnus.
Lyncher. Yeah.
Or Magnus.
So where does Maximoff come from?
Because they discovered
They're
later
adopted,
that-
aren't they?
No,
they
they're his
discovered
kids.
they discovered later.
No, like they
took
get
their-
adopted.
They took their mother's last name.
No, I
'Cause
thought they
their
were
mother
still like
wasn't married.
biologically half him.
Their mother wasn't married to him. They took their mother's last name.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I thought is that like he didn't like they didn't realize they were his kids until they were like adults and they were adopted.
I think that's how it went.
Yeah, I'm not spending the time looking that up. It's too
But-
much effort to type in
I have
Maximoff.
I just want Quicksilver back. Quicksilver's dope.
It's not
I want the Whizzer.
I just
That's the speedster I want in the MCU.
the Wizard.
The Whizzer.
You would.
I'm fully serious that that's his name. World War II era character with Captain America, part of the Liberty, whatever.
If they do speedsters in a Marvel, they should do it like in The Boys, and they could just run through people and see all their guts explode.
I mean, Flash can do that.
I know, but like
just
Flash
runs-
is too PG
he just
for that.
chooses
He just
not
runs too
to.
fast. He goes through them. Like, he'll phase through
Yeah.
people.
Oh.
The Flash I feel like is any of these speedsters over here I feel just are on a different level than the ones in the Boys comics. Like they just run so much faster.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he just
Like
broke the sound barrier, and then meanwhile, like almost everyone in comics is just like, yep, speed of light, take it or leave it.
Well, like
like
what was Quicksilver
sublight.
like raced across the world in like 6 seconds, like not 6 seconds, like some ridiculous amount of time in one of the comics because I forget who it was, but they were on FaceTime with Magneto, and FaceTime they were just on a video conference call, and then he was like, basically like "F you, Magneto," and then he notions is like gets the thing off and walks out the office, and Quicksilver's standing there like, and he was like Quicksilver was on the screen with
Like,
Magneto.
instantly.
Like he was way slower in the movie
Well,
Age of
yeah.
Ultron, but I feel like it would have been a little too overpowered though.
I mean,
To immediately
there's
in-
all
like-
detractors to things, you know. Because, like I said, the Flash, a bullet to the head will still stop him. You just gotta
Yeah.
make sure he's not expecting it.
It's like that
Like when he's
that
asleep.
pixel art thing with Superman and Flash, and they're gonna race, and Superman just takes a gun or lasers his
just-
leg. Like before the start of the race, and he's like, "Why did you do that?" And he's like, "I'm gonna win." You brat.
Like, I've seen one like that, and it was like Batman, and he like it was like him, Batman, and
That's-
the Flash.
Yeah,
Is it? That's just the same thing, but it keeps continuing or something. Isn't
I
it?
think so. Well, even Teen Titans Go, Robin like knocks Kid Flash's
He
leg
just breaks his ankles and just starts running super slow.
super slowly.
It's like, I'm winning this race, and he's like, you broke my ankles.
Also,
Some
the
high
Teen
Tanya
Titans
stuff.
Go movie.
Better
does-
than in the show. It's weird.
They literally killed Bruce Wayne's parents.
Yep.
And destroyed Krypton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Mhm.
remember what they did for Aquaman. I think they ripped
They
his
took him
wife.
from his parents, I think, and
that what it is?
threw him in the ocean as a baby.
I don't know, but like
They also something for Wonder Woman. They probably also killed Green Lantern's dad or something.
They
Green
sabotaged
Lantern's
the
origins
plane.
all over the place.
I can just imagine Robin just throwing his staff into the engine of his dad's plane.
He's just like, Cyborg, go faster, go faster.
yeah.
I gotta shove this stick in a plane.
Anyway, so, gosh, what? There's a lot to say about this movie, but not really.
Christian Bale's performance as Gorr reminds me more of anything as much as like.
First comic book role since Batman, though.
Yes. Oh God, what am I trying to think of? It was a movie that he did, late '90s. It's the one that
He's
everybody
got real
makes the-
skinny for
No. Everyone makes the memes of it.
American Psycho?
That's it.
American
American
Psycho,
Psycho.
yeah.
Some of the things he did as Gorr reminds me of.
American Psycho.
He has a
Yeah, it's
business.
Patrick Bateman.
He has a business card.
Why? It's
Look
not
at the-
possible. Why?
Why?
Is it?
Why isn't it possible?
You stupid bastard.
Yeah, that god that he was following in the beginning of the movie is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
He deserved death.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing in the comics is that like the gods became so pompous.
Oh,
in
we
his
haven't
world.
even mentioned Jane has cancer, stage 4 terminal cancer.
Yeah.
Just like the comics, like
Yeah.
she seeks out to become Thor in the comics, or Thor saves her and was like, "Hey, here, this."
The hammer
Yeah.
lengthens her life and saves her.
Yeah,
But in this
in this
continuity, it starts to kill her.
it
It
ends
kills her
up
faster.
counteracting the chemotherapy,
Which she dies not in battle.
but still gets to go to Valhalla.
Yeah.
Well, that was funny too. Speaking of that,
'Cause
when
they were joking
Lady
about that
Civ
earlier.
yeah, Lady Civ's like, "Just let me die here."
No, go to Valhalla.
You go to, he's like, "Actually, you need to die in the battle," and
Like the heat of
everyone's
battle,
gone. So
So everyone can
she's like, "Oh."
get me out of here.
I think it was because she sacrificed.
And I love how
herself,
that
probably.
giant. What was that
That's usually
giant
what
god?
also get you to Valhalla, though.
Those Celestials at the thing,
Yeah, I don't.
at the
I
orgy.
don't know how to feel about that. Well, it wasn't an orgy yet.
Herogasm.
It wasn't. It wasn't that yet.
It was Herogasm. Godgasm.
God.
New
Godgasm.
podcast.
The God. Welcome to Godgasm.
It's a Gorgasm.
Welcome
It's
to
just Gorr the God
Godgasm.
Butcher
Yeah.
with his sword of.
But I like that
Himself.
they tried to attempt to say that they were parallels of each other,
Who?
foils, like Jane and Gorr.
Mm.
in the comics, Gorr's been doing this for thousands of years,
Right.
and he met Thor, and Thor was what inspired him to be like, I need to do this differently. I'm just murdering people with sword. I need an army.
Yeah.
So he's like, shadow monsters, and then Thor beats the crap out of him again. He's
Well,
like, you know what?
And in that final fight, there's the 6 or the 8 statues. I forget how many there were.
They were
like,
all
Living Tribunal was there. Death was there. Lady Death.
Mhm.
One of the head celestial. I
think it was Arashim.
Yeah, the one who got his head. The
one that cracked and fell.
Yeah, onto the kids, and killed all of them.
That was a really big thing. I didn't expect to happen in a movie was Eternity.
Yeah.
Seeing that in
Seeing
a movie,
Eternity,
'cause that's
yeah.
always something that like since the MCU really started like sticking to me and like reading the comics, and it's like, oh, there's no way that this could be translated. There's going to be a cap to these movies. There's going to be a limit. They can't do this all
They're
like
gonna
this.
have to like.
And
And
well,
then they
Thor,
did it.
Thor
kind of
like
reset these movies one of these days because this is getting too much.
What do you mean?
Like there's too like soon like whenever we have kids, there's gonna be like 45 of these them shits. There's gonna be like not 45, but like it might be like 100.
Okay, but it's not that hard to follow the story if you jump into a random point and during a phase.
Yeah, but like
It's not hard. Everyone keeps saying that. And
well,
it's
there's
like,
already over.
oh,
like,
I'm gonna be so lost if I pick up here. It's like, no, you're not. It's it's Ant-Man.
There's 92. There's almost 100 hours worth of content. I think, with all of them combined.
I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it's going to be, because it's like the comics got bad. The comics
Well, yeah.
started not making.
Well,
I mean, the comics, Spider-Man's run, like he hasn't had a hard reset. Like the main 616 universe hasn't had a hard reset since it started.
What do you mean?
Like, isn't like the continuity like from like
5 years ago they had a hard reset.
like with everything restarting over?
Kinda, yeah. They restarted all the storylines. They took away Parker Industries, did all that kind of stuff. That was about 5 years ago when they reintroduced Secret Wars and threw worlds at each other when the Ultimate Universe ended.
Well, see,
yeah,
wasn't
that's right.
Hercules around for Secret Wars and stuff?
In the original, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
He
might have
was
showed
there
up later,
he
but
was there for Civil War 2.
he
He fought
Civil
on
War
Cap's
2.
side.
Or Civil War 1, he was on Cap's side. Civil War 2, I never read.
Civil War 1, yeah, there we go.
And he has a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
It was really weird.
I don't know. I'm excited to see because Thor and Hercules have a good like.
Yeah, they start out
banter.
hating each
Yeah,
other, but
like
it
want
really
to kill each other.
it really like becomes a nice thing.
Oh, but anyway, they get to Trinity.
Eternity.
They get to Eternity, and Thor's like, "You're really dumb," and he's like, "Why?" He's like, "You're gonna wish for all of us to die when you could just wish for your daughter back." And he's like, "Oh my god, you're
He's
so right.
This whole time.
She's gonna have no one though."
And then Jane was
Okay,
he's like, and
she's gonna have no one though.
sucks to suck.
Well, like
Maybe your wife should
She'll be
dead
alive
too.
though.
Well, like my thing is like, my thing was like, you could have died to been with her in death.
Yeah, but he said that his God told him that there's no.
Yeah, his God was
Eternity.
trying to say there's nothing after death. You're just
Oh.
gonna die, and so what? Your purpose is to worship me. And
Right.
so Gorr was the ebony blade, not the ebony blade, the necro sword.
So
Ebony blade's very different.
That's a very different
so
story.
So that god's worshippers would have gone to the
Whatever.
wherever
If they
afterlife,
have
if they
one,
had one.
because
but-
I don't really know how that works with Valhalla.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like looking at Norse mythology. It's kind of like shitty. Like you can live a full life, have a lot of kids, and like love your life, and then you just go to hell because you didn't die on the battlefield.
And understand, hell is there's okay.
Hell is a frozen over
Yeah.
wasteland.
Hell is a cold place, and you have the fire realm, which is entirely different. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, "This was it. This is where the dead bodies go." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That's your pre-Christian beliefs trying to analyze something that's entirely different. Vikings were like, "Nah, man, you go freeze, son. You gotta land and yourself in the lake of frozen ice, and you're gonna be stuck."
Right. Well, and
with
I know
Loki's
this,
daughter.
and I know this is a kind of off topic, but like it was really cool to like visit, like because you went to hell in God of War, the early God of Wars, like Greece, like was fire, brimstone, the whole nine, and then like you go to
Which is also
and he's
odd.
like, and I love when Mimir's like, "Have you ever been to hell before?" And he's like, "Not this one." And then that's the end. But yeah, anyway,
he talks just like,
I've been to hell before.
Where's Rachel?
That's what I want them to make a metal song, but with Kratos.
Oh, what, like
Boy.
It's just him shouting "boy" every song. It's like 12 tracks on the album. It's all just him, boy. Sometimes it gets faster. It's like, boy.
All right.
There's like a 5-second pause in the middle of the song of someone drinking water.
Boy.
How much time do we got?
15 minutes.
I like the cinematic ratio of how Taika Waititi films this movie.
Yeah.
It's very nice and pleasant to look at. There is one scene that got blurry, but it's only because the screen that I was watching it on was too big.
Did you watch it on IMAX?
No, I went to Union Station just because it was a $5 showing.
Oh,
I went to IMAX.
IMAX.
I just went where it was cheap. But yeah, I also like the really reversed Wizard of Oz scenario.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, this place is gonna suck. It got far away as I moved. There is no color here.
Yeah, that was dope. Like, it was kind of like, man, they're really just taking all the color. Well, and the way that the lighting of the hammers like would bring color into the scene, like it was just really impressive to watch.
I really liked watching the shadow monsters in that scene, where you start to see like the really big ones move and bend across.
I like how the
planet
goats
side
beat one up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were like, "Get away from my friend!" Boom.
and then Korg finally got the whistle.
Yeah,
It
that was dope. That was back at the Coliseum, though.
It was, but it was still.
I like
nice.
how Valkyrie tied him to the back of her, and she's like, "Now you got my 6," and he's like, 6. She turns around and
just starts
stabs the guy.
shouting everything.
I
I didn't know how to feel about the dudes that were mildly dressed, almost Roman-esque, but yet still very Greek. It's like, this fits, but it's weird. They had Athenian shields, but their masks were semi-Greek.
Oh yeah. Well, I think they were supposed to be a combination of.
That's what I'm
things.
thinking, because it was definitely heavily more Greek. But there were
Those,
like minor
those shields,
things.
though, yeah, were like really.
Yeah.
They should have been a little bigger, but hey, who am I? The shields I found and the outfits I found weird were like on New Asgard, where you have like shield and spear, Asgardian leather armor, beret, riot shield, and then you have this guy over here with a circle shield. It's like, what is going on here?
They're trying to get funding. They're
And they've changed their outfits entirely too,
right.
and it's just them trying to fit on Earth type of a thing.
Yeah.
But hey,
Which they're like a lot of the townsfolk are dressing like normal people.
yeah, they're
now.
just like people.
They don't have like their long robes and stuff.
And Heimdall's kid has discovered metal and rock and roll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
listened
not-
to a
no-
whole lot of Motley Crue.
What was his real name?
Astrid.
Astrid. He's like, your father gave you a really cool Viking name, and I'm gonna stick to it. And he's like, then don't help.
It's Axel.
Then
You're
don't
gonna call me Axel.
Which I forget what band were they referencing there.
Axl Rose, Guns N'
Yeah,
Roses.
there you go. But that was funny. But like the kid, like he was just projecting his face in front of them.
Yeah, because he's like learning how to use his
Like,
powers
oh,
and
God.
everything.
That effect looked kind of weird.
I think it was.
I think it's supposed to.
Yeah, it was.
maybe.
It's a weird effect.
Yeah.
There's not a good way for it to.
Yeah, there's not a really good way to do that.
I cannot think of a good way for that to make sense unless the whole I can't. I really
Yeah.
can't unless it's like Star Wars where you get hologram.
Yeah.
It's a magic projection of a child's face talking to Thor, the god of thunder,
Well, if Lady
in a city
Civ,
hall.
if Lady Civ is training that kid, he's gonna become a little badass warrior. Like,
Oh yeah,
like,
no, he's gonna be stabbing people in the jugular before you
yeah,
know it.
like, and then he's gonna be like the gatekeeper to New Asgard. Like,
I like watching him use like Stormbreaker and like turning
Mhm.
it like he would like Heimdall turned the sword.
yeah, that was cool. That whole like, Axel kind of led that charge with the children, like, but
Which
like all of them
makes
like were
sense.
kicking ass at like at that point.
The rabbit.
Yeah, just spinning it and with lightning eyes. That was funny. Like Thor just enchanted trash and made it powerful.
Yeah, he was just like, find something. Use that.
His leg? No. If Rocket were there, his leg.
Rocket just picking up random pieces of bodies. It's like,
Oh,
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
use
that
this leg.
God, I love Rocket. Like Bradley Cooper, right? He does the voice.
I think it's his best role.
like that. He does such a good job. A lot of faults. A lot of what's it called? Stars Born fans are gonna be mad at you for that.
Good. That's like the third remake of that story.
I know.
They can
Yeah.
bite me.
Or a lot of Hangover fans too.
They can also bite me for different reasons.
No, he does such a good job with that role every time he's there. Like
It's easily
Groot's still the same size. Like he's still not grown much.
which
at all.
I think makes sense because the post-credit scene where they're like showing him as a teenager in Guardians of the Galaxy, that movie Guardians of the Galaxy 2 took place earlier. So when he's a baby, that was years ago almost. And since Infinity War, that time period, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But not that long. I think he should be a little bigger and a little beefier, but I think that's what we're going to see in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I also love whenever Groot's like being sarcastic and he's like, "I'm Groot."
Yeah. It's basically the bruh.
I want him to the Groot version of just bruh.
Are you kidding me, my brother? Have you seen those TikToks?
Is it still Vin Diesel who does that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
They just vocode it? Or
Kind of.
or
Some
not
of it's
vocode it.
vocal training that they then adjust.
Oh.
So he's doing a partial voice and then some adjustment.
Oh.
Yeah.
For the
that's
high-pitched
it's
stuff.
it's weird.
They still don't have Gamora, so I assume that's going to be the big thing in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is getting
Yeah.
her back.
I can only imagine what's going to happen in Guardians
What
of
if
the
she's
Galaxy
like in
3.
like a Junker Queen kind of scenario? She just took over like a battle planet and like the
Oh, she's now like the god queen of some planet.
yeah,
Yeah.
But
just kicking people's
we also
butts
like
all the
there's
time.
going to be so much happening. The next Marvel movie to come out's Black Panther 2.
Oh God.
Heaven permitting how that's going to work.
Yeah.
That'll be in November. So we should be getting a trailer for that sooner than I think,
Yeah.
relatively.
I don't know.
And then
not that far
She-Hulk's
away.
the next show to come out.
That'll be almost next month, isn't it?
Well, yeah, which I'm not. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it.
Yeah.
I haven't kept up with Miss Marvel at all. I watched like the half of the first episode.
yeah, I need to watch Miss Marvel.
I watched the last episode and my brain just
I see they're going in a different realm, or that like that light stuff is like different realms. or
they're
something.
trying to make it work with the Shang-Chi stuff. They're trying to. You see the logo of the 10 rings at one point.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on there, and I think it still works.
I want Shang-Chi too, man.
Dude,
I love that movie.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I want more Shang-Chi.
Like he like Suni Lee. That's the guy, right? Who did
Simu.
Simu Lee?
Liu.
Yeah, he did such a good job with that role. I'm
so glad that he like goaded Marvel into making the movie
right.
because he was just like, "How about Shang-Chi, an Asian superhero movie?" And Marvel's like, "Okay,
Okay.
I hope you're ready. It's you, boy. Get in here."
But
we
did
haven't
great.
even seen him since that movie. Like
Right? Yeah. What's he doing?
And same with like Captain America. I feel like Captain America
Falcon, whatever.
Yeah, like-
Sam Wilson.
is gonna be like.
I want to know what he's doing.
Sam
Yeah.
Wilson, that movie is gonna be good.
Yeah, I think that's legitimately going to be fun to watch.
Like
The
Captain.
Sam Wilson Captain America 4 movie, whatever they're going to do with it.
And I love how Chris Evans is
Kill
like,
Bucky.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna. It's not the role's not mine anymore. It's
Yeah,
not.
he's like, I'm out.
Mhm.
Peace.
But what if they bring him back and do the whole Hydra thing?
I'd
That'd be so cool.
annoyed.
Why?
Because that storyline doesn't make sense.
Well,
No,
yeah.
He was old,
what?
and Hydra
Something's-
made him young and brainwashed him. There's also symbiotes
No.
that are Hydra.
No, Hydra. He like rewrote his history with.
We're talking about Secret Empire.
I'm talking about when he had like the triangle shield with the like the
With
red
the red
laser on
stingy
it.
thing?
Yeah. No, Hydra like wished like there was this. It was like an Infinity Stone or the Tesseract or some stupid. It becomes a girl, like a little girl, and she's like just as evil as Red Skull is, and she's like, "Hey, let's take over the world together," and then like he wishes that like Captain America was always a double agent for Hydra or something. Like he rewrites Captain America's history, and then that's why like he still gets frozen and he still dies and comes back, and he's just like.
Because
Yeah.
the whole reason Sam Wilson became Captain America was because Steve Rogers got old again.
Mm.
So that's where I'm like, how does this...
I thought he died.
I don't think he died. I swear.
he didn't die.
I thought he just got old again.
Yeah, he got old
Because he hands the shield over. Because I thought it was like an actual, like, here you go. Have fun.
because like something took the super soldier serum out of him, and
Which they do that like every 5 minutes when they're like, well, we need a reason to make add some tension to Captain America. Like I have a 90s comic where it's just like, yo, there's some weird stuff going on. Steve is old. And he's just like sitting on a park bench feeding pigeons. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, really? This is it?
Well, Ironheart's gonna come out next year too, right?
Oh yeah. Does that come out before Armor Wars?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm excited.
'Cause I'm excited for Armor
Yeah,
Wars.
that's gonna be dope.
More War Machine? Sign me up.
I saw a meme though where it's like, who's gonna be the new Iron Man? Who's gonna be the new Iron Man? And Rhodey's just standing there like.
That's what happened in the 80s.
Right.
That's who's Iron Man during Secret Wars. So it's like,
I wouldn't mind. I love Rhodey. Like Rhodey's.
yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like instead of that cannon being like shooting bullets, it shoots just big like chest blasts out of it.
I think that's what they eventually kind of led to in like Endgame, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. He didn't really get much screen time in that. With that giant suit he had.
Yeah, they brought back the Iron Patriot of all things. I'm still
Why?
don't understand. It's like, why isn't it just black and silver? Why is it Iron Patriot? Because that whole thing was But I remember when Norman Osborn was Iron Patriot. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
That was also during Dark Empire.
I want the kid to come back.
Or Dark
From
Empire.
Iron Man 3.
Is that what it's called? Secret Empire, Dark Empire? I don't remember. The Dark Avengers. Which kid?
The kid from Iron Man 3 to come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like a kid, like an adult now.
I want to see something with that, like during Armor Wars or something.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like,
Imagine he makes an Iron Man suit that shoots potatoes.
I think it'd be funny.
He becomes Condiment King. Like I know that's DC.
Just potatoes.
I know that's DC, but like, or side dish something.
Side
it's just
dish
like shoots
cyborg.
fries and like mashed potatoes and stuff.
It's like, get ready for this. You can't handle potatoes.
Or Potato Pal.
What if he
New comic book character. Trademark it right now.
teaches Tony's daughter how to make a potato gun?
That'd be fun.
That'd be cute.
I just want to know how they're gonna meet, because I could see him meeting Rhodey.
I like
can
to think
figure that out.
like Tony like kept in touch with that kid and brought him all the way through like to MIT and stuff and like
I like to think that he financed and bankrolled his college.
Yeah.
Even though he grew closer to Spider-Man, but
Hon-
Spider-Man was a
honestly,
lot closer.
I could see him like them doing that uploaded conscience thing with Tony to the suit with like the blue head.
I could see it happening other than Robert Downey Jr. You know what I mean?
Well, Robert Downey, like I feel like he would come back at some point, not like maybe like within the next like 5 years.
Because to me it feels like they do it for like a Secret Wars event. Because that would be that would be
Like
so big.
like Peter finds out that there's like a secret upload of his conscience, and like that still remembers him because Tony wasn't alive when he got erased from everyone's minds, so Tony still remembers him because he's a digital program.
Yeah, how does that work? Well, no, because they also erased all examples of him during school. That's why he had to get his GED.
Mm.
So how does that? I don't know how spells work, man.
This was underground. I mean, does Jarvis still know who he is?
I doubt it. I don't know.
Well, Jarvis isn't a thing. Does Friday? I mean,
Jarvis, Friday, Vision.
Well, Vision doesn't know who anyone is.
Yeah.
well, he got his memories back at
Kind
the end of
of.
WandaVision.
Sort of.
Like he got all the events of Age of Ultron. At least we got. To
Yeah,
see.
it's kind of like Hex.
Which
where
where is Vision? Where is he?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That's a story I need more
I
information.
kind of wanted
on.
him to show up in like Thor: Love and Thunder and be like,
Which
I'm part of the
somehow-
Guardians now. I need
He
to
just-
get away from Earth.
He shot himself into space for deeper thinking.
Freaking White Vision.
There's a lot there. There's a lot of potential. Vision's the biggest thing.
Which
that
how
I
do
have
they make a
questions
beam
about.
powerful enough to like with the mind?
Comics. Same way they did it originally. There's not even a stone in him in the comics.
Yeah,
He's just powerful.
Yeah.
He's just great.
he's just great.
He can just turn translucent and go through walls.
He's like our Martian Manhunter, but he's an android.
Yep.
And by R, I just mean Marvels.
Right. He isn't no John Jones, but they'd sure get along.
They would sure have some interesting conversations.
I would pay money for another amalgam universe just because I want Martian Manhunter and Vision to interact with each other, because they're so similar enough, but yet so different.
Right.
I just want to see them interact, even if it's to just make
Well, even
some
Red,
stupid
like,
joke
I feel
about
like you could bring
giant
in-
collars.
You could bring in Red Tornado to the conversation as well,
Yeah, he's like
but he's a
he's
full robot,
different. Yeah,
or like
he's
or
still
at
an
least
AI.
cyborg.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I think Red Tornado. There's a lot of
I feel like Vision would baffle all three: Cyborg, Red Tornado, and Martian Manhunter. Like baffle them all, and like they'd be interested in him.
I think
Yeah.
Cyborg would be the most interested in talking. Red Tornado would just be kind of like,
Want to observe.
yeah, he'd just kind of stand there. And then Martian Manhunter would just have a conversation with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cyborg would be like, I'm getting a readout on
You like
right
pizza?
We've kind of
What is
gotten off
pizza?
topic, haven't we?
That's kind of how Thor: Love and Thunder is.
Fair enough.
And we ran through the movie fairly fast.
Oh
at
no,
the
we didn't say
beginning.
that. Like and Thor adopts Gorr's daughter,
Yeah.
which is really his daughter in real life, which we said that. But like,
She has,
because she has Eternity's power, like a fraction of it,
I don't really
like
know
a
what's
minuscule
going on there.
fraction. Because like
She has laser eyes.
she could wield Stormbreaker as like a 5-year-old. Like
Yeah, how old is she supposed to be?
I don't know.
She looks like 10 years old, probably.
That's
She's
yeah.
probably the same age. Yeah, like
The hammer is big as her though.
way like bigger. Like I feel like they had to make it smaller, like just to like
Just
make
to
it look normal
work.
on her, or at least like make it look at least like fathomable for her to carry this thing.
But I really like the idea of Thor finally getting a daughter, even if it's like not like his. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because that was a thing in the comics, is that she becomes
Yeah,
an Asgardian warrior of like epic potential,
she wields a sword though, like a
like a
Mjolnir sword,
like
basically.
a Valkyrie sword looking type deal. Like it looks like Valkyrie's sword, but it shoots lightning.
Yeah,
Because I think that was always the insinuation in some comics is Jane Foster and him get together. Sometimes he gets with Valkyrie, and Valkyrie with full Asgardian, they
mm-hmm.
make a ruling Valkyrie child with lightning powers.
What if we find out at the end of Black Panther 2 that T'Challa had a son with that lady?
Oh, and there's just like this
There's just this
kid
boy.
running around.
Yeah, well, because like think about it, like I mean there is Black Panther does have a son, and he does like have powers and stuff.
Well, I don't know. I
The
don't know
movie's
how they're
really
gonna
weird.
do that. I mean, Shuri, yeah, but also.
I mean, I get the respect.
I'm
to
sorry,
Chadwick.
I don't want that actress to play female Black Panther, the Shuri lady. I don't like movie Shuri. Comic Shuri is one of the coolest characters ever. Movie Shuri is.
I feel like they're either gonna have Shuri try and not be able to do it, or they're gonna have M'Baku do it and not be able to do it, and then Shuri takes up the mantle.
I'd rather it be what's her
Yeah,
name.
but how did they get more plant? It all got destroyed.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm trying to
I feel like
figure
the whole part of it is that
the heart-shaped herb.
he is literally the last now. Like,
I don't know how it's gonna work.
Yeah.
There's good. That might be the plot of the
they're
movie.
gonna be like, hey, we have some secret plants over here.
Because Atlantis somehow is gonna play into it.
Oh, I cannot wait
and they've
for
got
it to have-
Namor and his half
Namor.
brother.
Can we
Because
not?
Namor's half human.
Yeah.
Like
Like Aquaman.
it's like DC ripped off Namor or something.
Yeah. I can't wait for everyone to be like, man, this is just a ripoff of Aquaman. Actually,
It's like
actually,
it
it's
took
not.
long enough, but he's older than Aquaman by like
He's just finally on screen.
2 years.
He looks good though. In the
I
pictures
like
that
that
you
little
sent.
the little like teaser art.
Yeah,
He looks
that
very
great.
Aztec, and he even has like the little wings on his feet. If we can, I'll try to send that back to you. Maybe we can throw up a little image of it right here in
Yeah.
the video or something, just so that way.
Yeah.
That was a comment we got one time, is when we're talking about something, try to have an image of it.
Mm.
But if we record this and put it on other things, well,
Sorry.
if you're on Spotify one
Yeah.
day, screw you.
I mean, like, the main issue with that is just like
Come and find me.
editing. I mean, I do a watch through anyway, but like, that's having you watch through the whole thing. Like that. I mean, sometimes I don't have time to do that.
I mean, if we have a rough idea of where we mention something, it
Yeah,
helps.
that's
Some
yeah.
things, yeah.
Which, talking about that, we're out of time for this week's episode.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
for the this week's episode
Like
of the
last
podcast.
2
Yeah.
minutes.
Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Please make sure to like if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications. Comment the secret word, which is
Gorr.
Gorr. Go down to the comments, type in Gorr. It really pushes us out to more people, so you guys can make more friends. We could really start to build a community here.
Have fun. It's demanded.
Yeah.
So go see the movie.
Do it.
It was good. It was all right. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
if
it.
you haven't seen it by now, make sure to go watch it. It's
Yeah.
fun to watch.
Yes,
It's a fun watch, yeah.
and we'll see you next week. Bye.